Cheers! Ginger beer. Are you drinking the beer? What are you drinking? Let me know in the comments. Here we go. 33 alcohol free. Video 26. He's on a roll. Welcome and welcome back. Setbacks. The way forward. You never fail until you stop trying. Keep trying. We'll keep trying. Today I've been thinking, yeah, I might have an alcohol drinking session once a month. That's my thoughts at the moment. I'm like, yeah, once a month maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll learn something today that will cause me to want to stop completely. I don't know. Or I may go back to drinking regularly. But this is keeping me going. Speaking of occasionally, Annie Grace starts the chapter by saying, occasionally I get messages from people who have used my book Through the Naked Mind to Stop Drinking, the other book that she wrote, then after a while have started again. That's what I was just talking about. Sometimes it's triggered a traumatic event like a death in a family. Sometimes it's triggered by a traumatic event. Sometimes it creeps up on them slowly. Slowly creeper. Boom! Drinking. They figure they can handle themselves for one night, and then one night of drinking turns into a week and then into a month. Yeah, I was just saying, if I'll just drink once a month. But one night of drinking turns into a week. Yes. And every 3 days again. So maybe not. At some point they recognize they're no longer in control. If you make a decision to stop drinking beyond the 30 days experiment, you end up slipping. It's important that you relax and don't beat yourself up. All right. It doesn't mean that you're an incurable addict. If we start drinking again, we just got to keep trying. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. And it certainly doesn't mean that you're beyond hope. It's we have hope. All it means is that you're human. Yay! People get to the end of the 30-day experiment and they're full of excitement. They feel empowered, like a light came on in their brains and they can suddenly see the truth. Yes, I have the truth now. But we all live in the real world, and the real world is full of pro-drinking messages. We're going to get the messages again. Because I won't be reading this every night to counterbalance it. Alcohol advertising is everywhere. Our friends might pressure us to drink even though they know we don't want to. They might think you're immune. You might think you're immune to this type of pressure, but it's relentless. It will be relentless. I know I'll be getting asked for drinks. Come on, Paul. Is our perspective forever changed? The beautiful thing is that by reading the daily lessons and going through these exercises, you've learned a skill. You understand that cognitive dissonance and how to resolve it without resorting to numbing out. You have tools and you know how to use them. That's such a good, that is great news. When I first started to question my drinking, it took almost a year of education and exploration before I finally resolved my dissonance for good. It took Annie a year of discovering. We're just doing 33 days. So we may fumble the ball And I will be watching this video series and I'll be sitting there listening to myself. And for all I know, I may have to do it again in the future. At the moment, I feel like I'll never touch another drink. I just don't have a desire for it anymore. But I'm well aware that no one is immune and the desire could come back. She doubts that it will, but if it does, I've got the skills now to know what to do. Yeah, so reframing mistakes as a necessary experience. Sometimes it takes a while. Addie says she lives in Colorado and we get a lot of snow in winter. Driving on snow takes special skill. You need to turn on your four-wheel drive. You need to slow down and allow extra time to get to your destination. But sure as anything, when the first snowfall of the season hits, people drive like idiots because they've forgotten what it feels like to lose control of their vehicle, even just for a few seconds. The old power sliding. Cars and trucks slide off the road and the night sky is lit up with red and blue lights from police cars trying to rescue those stranded motorists. It's like everyone gets amnesia. They forget how they need to drive in the snow. Once the next snowfall comes, we remember. And we're more cautious. We learn from our mistakes. Regaining control of your drinking might take a few tries. You might feel like you've got a handle on it, then suddenly you're right back where you started. Don't blame yourself or beat yourself up. Forgive yourself. Learn from the experience. What caused it? What was the trigger? Go back to your lists from day one and say, okay, what needs to happen from here so I can regain control? We slid off the road. How are we gonna get back on and use our skills and drive carefully, being aware now of what triggers may cause us to lose control? I believe it gets easier every time you do it because your subconscious mind has more control over your behavior than the alcohol does. Yeah, subconscious, powerful thing. Every time you go back and repeat the abstinence period, you are subconsciously reinforcing your desire to stay in control. When your subconscious and your conscious mind are in harmony, you are back in the driver's seat. So it may not, we're not quite in harmony yet. Took her a year. I may stumble. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I make fools of us all? Today, remember that as long as you're alive, you'll never run out of chances to regain control of your life. The only way to fail this is to give up completely and stop trying. Okay. I was just talking about maybe drinking once a month. And I may drink. I've enjoyed this non-alcohol stint. I've been more productive and I've done something that I've been wanting to do for years, which is make daily videos. I'm making 2 videos a day. I could only do that waking up with some sort of control and with feeling enough good about myself to be able to step in front of a camera. And when I'm beating myself up because I let alcohol take the reins, then I do not feel like stepping in front of the camera. And that's what stopped me from doing the daily Stoic videos. Hence, it's called the Weekly Daily Stoic. It's going daily at the moment, but you probably knew that. I just said I'm rambling. reflections. So today we got Kathleen. It is amazing how fast the time has gone. 25 days is just amazing to me. It is amazing. See, I've done 26 videos. I'm amazed that I'm still going and still alcohol free. I'm hoping this will continue. The me that is using videos as a diary is good. It gets me to think and ponder, and throughout the day I am thinking more because I know I'm going to talk to you, and I'm thinking, oh, this is an interesting fact that you may like to know. And me just living a life where I'm not sharing or pondering my thinking is not as exciting, I guess. So just the fact of doing these videos has been good for me to live in the moment and in my thoughts. All this is ad lib, and I need to get back to reading. Back to Kathleen. I did have 2 slips and really took stock in what my triggers are. I am so grateful to learn so much about myself and proud that I can be in charge of my decisions. I continue to work on self-love every day and have a lot of work to do. However, I truly believe the alcohol moves me right back to self-loathing. There is nothing fun about drinking for me. That didn't take long to realize. I see it more of a habitual ritual, which has to change for me to truly love myself and be the best me. What's the best you? Laura, going alcohol free is the tip of the iceberg to so many other life-changing positive ways. Freedom. I had no idea this process would start a reinvention of my life. It does put you in a place where you do have control again. You can start maneuvering yourself. I wonder if your body's not trying to survive in survival mode because we're poisoning it, and think clearly and more creative. Wow. Darby. After 25 days on the program, I couldn't be happier. Last night I went out with my wife, children, grandchildren, and in-laws for dinner. Wore my favorite pants. Get on your favorite pants that I haven't been able to fit into for 10 years. Must be his dancing pants. I looked better and felt great, and when asked what I wanted to drink, I said I would have a Coke. I would really enjoy a Coke. We're choosing what we want to enjoy. Yes, I want a drink. I want a ginger beer. I like ginger beer. Do you like ginger beer? Chink. Cheers. My daughter said, "You look great, Dad." That made me feel even better. People were drinking all around me as it was a licensed venue, but I felt very strong, almost superior, and did not for 1 minute feel like an alcoholic drink. In the past though, I may have felt pressured to have a drink, but I just don't care what other people think anymore. In the past, if I didn't have a drink, or not much drink, I would have had a drink when I got home. Last night, came home, had an ice cream and herbal tea. Ice cream and herbal tea. That doesn't sound like a very good mix to me. What do you think? Watched some TV while I had my ice cream and herbal tea. Wonder what TV show he watched. Hopefully that suited that weird concoction. Went to bed, slept well, and woke up early to go to the gym. That's my new life. Thanks, Annie. There you go, Derby. Awesome. Well, there is going to be setbacks. And I suppose it's a matter of being aware of that. And like I said right at the beginning of this video, at the moment I'm thinking of drinking alcohol once a month and making it a ritual. But knowing me, that will just take me back to the normal routines. And it'll be once a month, once every 2 weeks, once every week, once every 3 days, once every second day. You know what happens. So, reframing, realizing what caused, being ready to reshift again. So if I drink, what will I do? I suppose that will be part of the experiment. I know I'll be waking up and not doing things I'll be wanting to do, and I'll be annoyed at myself. So surely that would be enough to make me not go back into it regularly. But that chemical addiction is pretty full on. So, and also realizing what triggers. Like I said, the last time the trigger was having that uncomfortable conversation with someone, and I was just like, oh, stuff it. So I was trying to numb feelings. So if I do start drinking again, realizing what caused me to, and coming up with other ways to try and combat it rather than alcohol. Going for a walk, getting the emotions moving in my body rather than sitting there and feeling depressed. And like we've learnt, it will numb and make you feel buzzed for only half an hour, and then after that you're chasing that feeling again, but really getting more depressed. That's really not fun. Now that we have this information, hopefully it's enough to make me not spiral back into my regular drinking. Hopefully. Well, that's what it's about today, setbacks and contemplating them. So you contemplate as well. I am contemplating right now in front of you, as you can tell. Join me tomorrow. Keep pressing play, and we're going to get through this. What's some new hobbies that you're thinking about doing? Have you started any of them yet? I have still not gone to the gym. But I have today pulled out all this stuff out of my cupboard, and I've been going through and throwing things out and reorganizing. So that's it's another area, another cupboard that I wanted to go through, and boxes in there that I was full of things that's just stupid. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Get out there, try and do something. I haven't gone to the gym because I know it's something I will end up doing, but at the moment I'm enjoying trying to get my space better. I got a meditation cushion and I've set it up over here. Boop, boop. There he is, this meditation cushion. So now I've got an area where I can meditate. And every time I sit in that space is where I'll be meditating. So I've always wanted to have a specific seat, and I've organized it. So that's the sort of thing I'm doing at the moment. I will end up doing the gym, but I think it's more important for me at the moment just to be nesting, getting my home environment changed and more I'm meditating. I meditated today for an hour, so I'm getting back into it, and I will be reading more books on that sort of stuff because that's something that I find really interesting, and it's giving me a lot of what the alcohol was giving me, but without the hangover, and I get a buzz for more than half an hour from that. I need to do some research. When you meditate, does your brain go into a different gamma something cycles that release chemicals? I'm really interested to know why I get these feelings. It's interesting. So what's scientifically happening in your brain when you go into a deep meditation? And why do you get these euphoric feelings when you start learning to really get into a deeper meditation? Are you changing what brain wave function you're in the moment? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is I would love to do some research on it so then I can tell you what I'm finding out, because it is giving me a pep and a buzz. And learning to do that more effectively, I know will counterbalance the chemical addiction that I got from alcohol. I'm going to come chemically addicted to meditation. Maybe. I'm going to start Meditations Anonymous. But I'll be enlightened. Yeah, this guy's crazy. Why are you listening to me? I should be doing those videos on meditation. I've got the other one I told you about. I definitely will be finishing that one. And I am, from now on, doing at least an hour of meditation a day. Gonna push it up to 2. Did an hour today. And then I'll see after 2, I might go to 3 hours a day. I'm gonna become the David Goggins of meditation. I'll do meditation marathons. See if I could do a whole day. That's a bit silly, but maybe. Anyway, see ya.